Well, good rising, everybody, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with Karen B. Oh, how fun is this? What's up, everybody? It is December 16th, 2024, and it is another fine Moonday. We are just coming out of the full moon phase, and unfortunately, I didn't get to see the moon this weekend because the weather sucked here, man. It was like overcast and rainy the whole time, and I really wanted to try to do this, take some sunspot pictures for the guys, for Jaren and them at noon, but the sun was nowhere to be seen in my area, so unfortunately I was not able to participate. So hopefully other people did, because it's fun. Anyway, yeah, so what's up? Everybody's losing their minds. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me. You know, like, when I first got into Flat Earth, that's all I did was look at the sun and take measurements of the sun. I wasn't making videos yet. It was before I did videos. I didn't start making video. I made my first video and published it in January of 2017. And that's my path to the Flat Earth video. Before that, I was not making videos. I was learning about the sun, and I was taking sun measurements, and I was learning how to use AutoCAD and model things in AutoCAD, model eclipses in AutoCAD. And do you know what I learned all those times when I was doing all the observations of the sky and the sun and the moon and doing AutoCAD and looking at eclipses? I realized that the things in the sky were always where they said they were going to be. And that has always been the number one thing for Globers, is that the sky matches quote unquote globe model. That's been their this whole time. That's always been their number one argument. You know? Like, this is not new. It's always been that way. If you go just by observations of the sky, you could say the Earth's a globe. You could do that. Anyway, let me say hi to you, lovely people. Boston Ray. First, Patricia Steer. Hi, Patricia. It's always good to see you. Andy B, Eldon Bean, Mystical, Rock Hounding, and Fossils, Tony Coriolis, Run Boston Bear, Earth First Space Later, Vincent Loonman, Flat Farmer, Larry Mattia, Liz the Iron Maiden, Pimp Moiled My Foreskin, Scrotal Xerox, TC Zamman, Dose of Reality, What's Up Brian, FE Nation, there's Carl, Carrie Brownyard, good to see you. Hello all you lovely people. Who else is here? Jana, hi. Billingtano, good to see you. Oh, you guys are the best. Lots of energy in the air, huh, Karen? All types. Yes. Yes. Run, Boston Bear. It's getting weird. Psyop within a psyop. Howdy. Water monkey. Commercial sound and video. I'm all out of copium. Pat Evans. The Earth is not flat. Well, it's a level stationary plane. Spicy Sarah. I'm cracking up too. There are many on both sides that are flying off the handle. There's no reason to freak out if you ask me. Just search for truth and chill, right? As Witsit likes to say, Don't make it weird, bro. Like, the sun goes around you when you're in Antarctica. Don't make it weird. The sun... You know what's funny? Is what popped into my head this morning is there used to be this channel name that was around years ago. I haven't seen them around for a while, but their channel name was The Sun Revolves Around Me. And it just makes me think, how freaking cool is this place? This place is so cool. No matter where you go in this realm, the sun always goes around you. I thought, that's like the coolest thing ever. This place is so amazing. You guys don't get it. This place is freaking amazing. I mean, it's like, you can't deny that this place was created. You know what I'm saying? You cannot. You cannot. Who did that? Thank you, whoever did that. From Liz the Iron Maiden. Oh yes, thank you, Liz. Did the sun make bodies of water curve? Dave Hinkle, it sure did not. Hey, Brandon C. Sebastian Ruland, good to see you. Butter. Ooh, Run Boston Bear, your coffee's got all kinds of good stuff in it. Another thing that is amazing is that the 24-hour sun is impossible on a flat Earth. Actually, it's not. Clearly, it's not impossible because we just saw it. That's what's blowing my mind, is that a 24-hour sun is possible on a flat Earth in the Antarctic Circle. We already knew it existed in the Arctic, but we didn't know that it was real in the Antarctic. And even in the Antarctic, there's a 24-hour sun. That's cool. Nothing changed from my perspective. Sun still appears in my sky as it always has. Exactly. And it's funny because people are like, the AE map just got destroyed. Well, the AE map is a projection. I still think it stands as a valid projection, a valid map to use as a basic map for the flat Earth. I still think it's okay. Because picking Sharon up from the airport, okay. Because it still works as far as logistics and travel goes. Like, weren't we all okay, pretty much okay with using that map for logistics and travel? And legitimately, the problem that everybody always had with that map was the sun. What is the sun doing? You know? So, I don't know why everybody thinks the map just is wrong now all of a sudden. You can still, you know, compare it to basic navigation. It still works. You know? Here's what I want to know. What is the flight route that the Australian guy took to get to Antarctica? Right? Because it should have been pretty short. He should have had like the shortest flight, right? Or no? Hello, Ivan T. One thing that's amazing is going to sit in chats where you claim and believe all people are idiots. What now? Explain how it can be seen on a flat Earth while it's shining in Australia at the same time, please. Because the vaulted sky is like a looking glass. You don't know what the sky is or how it works, my friend. This is why it's so interesting, because now we get to like play with stuff and we have something, you know, a better idea of what to look for when we're trying to emulate or figure out what it is the sky is doing. Too early to argue. Better if we choose to get along later. Well, you know, I'm not going to argue with anybody. I can't, and I also think it's too soon. Like, we haven't even seen all the stuff that they're going to come back with, you guys. Why don't you let them bring some stuff back? Why don't you let them share their videos? I know Jaren's taking 24-hour time lapses. The other guy's taking a lot of video. They have a drone. Like, you guys, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that we haven't even seen yet. Like, they're still there. Let them come back and bring us all the stuff. Level Earth Observer, hi, good to see you. How does the 24-hour sun in Antarctica prove a physically impossible globe Earth? It doesn't. It does not, in my opinion. And I said that from the very beginning. I said from the beginning that it was not. There's nothing they're gonna see down there that's gonna make Earth a globe. Or out there, whatever you want to say, in Antarctica. There's nothing they're seeing in Antarctica that's making Earth a globe, okay? It's just not. It's just not. Okay, and now here. And I brought up this video. I'm going to play this video. No, Karen, you can see an easy video by Will Duffy explaining the flight distances. If you're after truth, why don't you watch his video now and go and try to explain it to us? Well, no, I don't really want to do that right this second, okay? We can get into that stuff later. Yes, so very interesting. We still haven't seen the footage. And I'm not saying no, that I won't discuss it, but I don't want to do that quite yet, okay? Don't try to take over my show. My little coffee talk stream. Hello, Rum Boston Bear. Thank you for the tip, sir. You can just throw physics out the window? You can't just throw physics out the window? Right. Does anybody know? This place certainly was not created by accident. Quite a bit of dedication went into the creation. Oh, it is so. If you think about it, like, okay, like we can talk about Joe Hanvey's model thing, but look, okay, here I want to play this video for you. This is a video I made a couple years ago, I think. Yeah, 2 years ago, and it's called "What Is It Like at Flattoberfest?" And it's basically showing pictures from Flattoberfest, and then down this corner right here. There's interviews, right? That, there's Brian interviewing people. So, let me see. How can I make this look? I may just switch it. Let me just switch my, And I want you guys to watch this before we get into things, okay? Before we get into it. Before we really, really get into this, okay? I mean, nope, not that one, this one. Okay, let's play this. This is Brian interviewing people, and he's asking them, what is your number one proof that we don't live on a globe? And I want you to see what everybody says.
Your biggest globe debunk / flat earth proof, whatever you want to go with it.
Water is flat.
Water is flat. Is water still flat? Hell yeah, that shit's still flat.
Steve, how you enjoying your first big flat earth event?
Honestly, like, in all reality, it's been the best. I've never met so many just, like, awesome,
little
like,
flashback, too.
Powered people, you know? It's just been, like, the most upbeat, like, lifting experience ever, and I guess I'm, like, a fool for not coming to these, bro.
Dude, we've been trying to tell you for a while.
The one I filmed tonight, the sun just sat for 15 minutes and did not set. It just sat there and it went away. Awesome. That's it. That's all you need.
Biggest Mandela effect.
Biggest Mandela effect. We all used to think the Earth was a globe and it was never a globe.
Brian hates that joke.
favorite flat Earth proof? There's Jason Lindgren. Well, I'm going to say this because since you asked me the question, I just saw him over there. The expose is propaganda. But that's what he's talking about more, the space age propaganda. My name's Dennis, by the way.
Awesome.
I've been into flat Earth since 1996.
Wow.
I read Robotham.
Yeah.
So when y'all showed up 5 years ago, y'all traveled me. And so, yeah, the first flat earther I ever saw was Mark Sargent.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? You want to tell people your name, your favorite globe debunk / flat earth proof?
We see too far, man. Obviously, we see too far.
We see too far. He didn't say, oh, there's no sun in the Antarctic.
I don't want to interrupt, but could I get your biggest flat earth proof?
My biggest flat earth proof is we see too far.
I see too far because it's flat.
Favorite flat earth proof? High altitude balloons by far.
Why high altitude balloons?
My biggest flat earth proof, of course, is water finds its own level.
Water finds its own level. Oh, imagine that.
Have I asked you your favorite proof we don't live on a ball?
I have two.
Let's hear it.
We can see too far, and nothing about Antarctica makes any sense in how human beings have acted for the last thousands of years. Doesn't make any sense. Nothing about it makes sense.
From Chicago, Flat Earth City.
Flat Earth City.
That's my YouTube channel.
Oh, all right. So, real quick, or not real quick, if not, your best flat Earth proof.
Oh, Flat Earth proof.
Yep.
I got my P900 and I can see too far.
That's right.
Austin, biggest globe debunk. What's your favorite?
The Star Trails.
Star Trails.
Yeah, even though they're like the simple one. Or hey, on this, we can see a mountain where the top mountain should be missing by a mile of Earth curve.
Oh, we see too far. We see too much, too far.
Tell everybody who you are.
Hey, what's up, Brian? I'm Daryl Davis, hanging out here at Flattoberfest.
Yeah. What's your favorite flat Earth proof?
The most obvious flat Earth proof. Man, that's so hard to narrow it down. I'm gonna go with obviously not spinning.
Yeah.
It's obvious. Like
Yeah.
I'm on the edge of something that is spinning, and at the edge of something that is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour, if you're on the edge of that, you're going to be feeling the spin miles per hour. Right?
So no motion.
What's up?
Fucking, this is the best. You guys missed it, man. I've been to every one on North America except last year's Flattoberfest. This was the best, man. You guys missed it. You don't understand. I've been at all of them. These people are first-time virgins, pop their cherry. They don't know what they experience. I've been at Raleigh, Edmonton, Denver, Dallas, and Plateauberfest, and this was a fucking blast.
This is the best.
Miss our friend Mac.
Come on, Austin.
Did you see how young? Look at how young Austin looks. He has no beard.
I'm not, I can tell I'm not even the ballpark.
Wow.
Go, Dave. David Weiss on the unicycle.
Dave said it's
Don't hurt him.
Something's up.
What about Flat Earth? Biggest proof?
Biggest proof? Nathan Oakley's got some good stuff going on. I like his
you like
work.
the debates?
I love the Flat Earth days. Yeah, Nathan Oakley, 1981. Shout out to him. It's awesome.
Cool.
I like him talking about how you can't have a pressurized system against a vacuum.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, how do you have a pressurized system without a container to hold it?
Yeah.
Against a 10 to the negative 17 core vacuum. Without some kind of container to hold it, I mean, it's ridiculous. And then, of course, you know, water always finds its level.
Yep.
You go out, you look at the ocean. I've been up in a plane so many times, and every time I look out the window, it looks pretty flat and level up at 7, 8 miles cruising altitude. Yeah, it's flat.
Flat Earth proof, we're going to go with water, since it's pouring down on us right now. Eventually it's going to pool and be level. And that's how all bodies of water operate.
Water is level. Oh, that's another. Everybody keeps saying the same thing. We see too far, water is level, we're not moving.
How important do you think it is that Karen has these meetups this year?
I think that we need to do this once every 3 months. See, the last time I was here, I suggested once every 6 months, not once a year. But now I'm convinced it has to be once every 3 months and maybe even go down to like once a week. Let's just do it.
Once a
Let's
week.
just fucking do it.
This was a promo video I made for one of my events. It's called What Is It Like at Flattoberfest? And I thought it was really cool because, you know, we got to hear from everybody what their proofs were. I mean, we already knew, like, everybody says the same thing, right? About Earth and why they think it's flat. Because direct measurements of the surface of the Earth reflect that it has no curvature and there's no measurement of movement and water is flat and all that good stuff. So there's nothing that they did in Antarctica that I can tell that debunks any of that stuff. And I've said for a very long time that the sky can do what it wants because the Earth is flat. The Earth is a level stationary plane. I don't care what the lights in the sky are, they're circling, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That is what I learned the first 2 years when I was looking at the sun and taking measurements of the sun and doing observations and photographing the moon and doing all that stuff, blah, 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 you know, before I even started making videos. In fact, before I produced my own video, I think is when I was participating in videos that Zach was making. Let's see. Now I gotta go look. This one. Hey, Flat Earthers. This is Karen.
And this is Zach. Before you watch this
Yeah.
video, please click
September
on this link
14th,
to watch part
2016.
1.
Like I said, I published my first video in 2017 on my own channel. There seems to be some confusion about the Earth's supposed curvature and how it is measured, as well as how we perceive it. Some people are proposing that the curvature is more pronounced at higher latitudes. This, however, is a misconception. I can see how this can be confusing, because if you take a piece of string and wrap it around the equator and then also do the same for the Tropic of Capricorn, it is clear there is a difference in the size and curvature between the two. But let's not overthink things. We have to remember that the latitude and longitude lines are just that, lines. Imaginary lines imposed on the globe for the purpose of navigation. This has nothing to do with how we see the Earth from our perspective in real life. Your perspective does not change no matter where you stand on the Earth's surface. You will always be perpendicular to the ground. Instead of thinking about how the latitude line is smaller because you are closer to magnetic north, think of your feet marking the point of your own personal equator. No matter where you walk, your equator is always going to be directly under you, cutting the globe in half. Therefore, you will always see the same curvature or lack thereof. Picture a man walking on a globe surface along the... Anyway, these are videos that I used to make with Zach, right, when he was making videos on his channel. And then I started doing them on my own channel. But that was before, And, Zach was pretty smart. I mean, he is still smart. It's not like his brain fell out. But, he's smart, right? He knows about... He taught me how to use AutoCAD. He taught me how to take the elevation angles of the sun, blah, blah, blah. And so I learned a lot. I pretty much learned that observations of the sky match the globe, because the globe was literally made up off of looking at the lights in the sky. That's how the globe was made up, because they couldn't explain in old times why the sky is doing what it's doing. But now we have a little bit more technology, we have some knowledge, we have the ability to make different models and play with light and see what light does. And light behaves weird. Light is weird, by the way. It is so weird. I feel like light, if you really want to get into it, I feel like light is conscious. And all I could think is when they're sitting there in Antarctica, they're basically on the edge of the known world, the outer parts, of the known world, that as we would know it, right? And the sun is going around them. I thought, to me, I was like, this place is magical. It's freaking magical. Literally, no matter where you go in this realm, the sun goes around you. It just looks different depending on where you're standing. It kind of looks a little weird in the outer parts and then the very center. But really, if you think about it, no matter where you stand on the plane, the sun will go around you. That's cool. To me, that's cool. Anyway, how, thoughts on the drone stories going around. Oh. I just want to know if there was always a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Let's see, I'm just checking other chats. Or why'd they take out the loop videos of it for years? I don't know. Well, I got my wish. I wanted there to be 24-hour sun in Antarctica. The plot thickens. You wanted there to be one? It's definitely more interesting than there not being one. This is quite the conundrum. Now they all need to head to South Australia or New Zealand. Good Citizen 1. Hello, Karen from Nova Scotia, Canada. Howdy. What? No one said 24-hour sun not being in Antarctica is a flat earth proof, right? Nobody, I've never... People say that is a piece of evidence, but hardly anybody can go to Antarctica. Look at how expensive that freaking trip was. Just traveling there is not like traveling to the North Pole. That alone, how different that is, should tell you that it's not the same. It's not, if based on the globe model, the North Pole and the South Pole should be essentially the same, but they're not. They're completely different. Or, it's completely different. It's way more of a hostile environment in Antarctica than it is in the sun, in the north. Way more hostile. completely uninviting. Even listen to Austin when he's saying, when he flew over it and you could see it and he's like, oh, you can't freely explore or whatever. And he's like, yeah, it's probably not a good idea. That is why I kind of tend to think that that's it. That the outer edge is, that Antarctica is the end of the realm. And there is no other land beyond that. Why? Because they make it, Antarctica is made to be so hostile and uninviting and like, and it will, the environment alone will literally kill you. So to me, it's like the creator's way of like setting up like a boundary, right? We'll just make it so horrible that they just don't even want to go out there anyway. There's nothing there anyway. And it's big enough inside that each one of us is never, ever, ever going to see the entirety of the known world in our lives. Wish I'd been able to attend before 2022. Yeah, we had fun. We had some great times. My events were kick-ass, and they were kick-ass, and nobody else was doing it. Nobody! Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Joe Hamvey. Okay, can we play Joe Hamvey's video? You guys, has everybody watched this yet?
Okay, so where I'm at now is
one of Ted's loofahs just fell. He's got the loofahs up here hanging and drying out, and sometimes they fall, and it just fell. Kind of startled me a little bit. Journal of Geocentric Cosmology. They done the experiment while full moon. Well, they couldn't see the moon because the moon is in the northern latitudes right now. They didn't see the moon. No, the Hey Effed Up World. I don't think they can see the moon. Hi, haters. Still here and continue. No one ever says a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. I've never said it was a proof. Never. Right? That's what I'm saying. Nobody uses that as a proof. You know? They might. I mean, well, some people have used it as maybe put it in the flat earth bucket, but now you take it out. So what? We still have the preponderance of evidence. There's still stuff that cannot be reconciled with the globe. Lots of stuff that cannot be reconciled with the globe. So we don't live on a globe. There's nothing you could ever show me in the sky that's going to make me think that the earth under my feet is a giant ball spinning in space. There's just nothing. Antarctica is where is like the only continent without nations or countries. Right. Like that one guy in the video says, nothing about Antarctica makes sense. Now he doesn't say, oh, the sun doesn't go 24 hours in Antarctica. He said it doesn't make sense on a globe. And it doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It's colder than the center. Has anyone been born in Antarctica? I don't know. Actually, I think there might have been. I think I looked at that before and there was somebody that was born in Antarctica. Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, did you see all of the stuff that they had to go through to go to Antarctica? They had to have their bags inspected and checked and all their pieces of clothing, and you have to have your polar gear out. So before you even land, you can step out and be in polar gear. And that's for the summer in Antarctica. This is summer in Antarctica. Do you guys remember a few years ago when Daryl Marble went to go look at the 24-hour sun in the Arctic? He went north and he was like, oh yeah, here's the 24-hour sun. Wasn't he in like a freaking t-shirt and jeans or something? You know, there's no permanent layer of ice in, you know, I mean, there is some parts that stay icy, but I don't know. It's not the same. It's not the same. There's flora and fauna in the north, and there is no flora and fauna in the south, except for penguins. Emperor penguins. That's it. So it's not the same, and it doesn't make sense. So we'll just say that. Exciting times, lots to sink our teeth into now. Exactly. One thing the 24-hour sun will never change. Yep. You know how many dudes tried to kiss Mac? I remember watching him live stream in the parking lot during that Flattoberfest. Oh yeah. Yeah. Patricia, let them ruin their scripts hating on this. Effie will survive this. They answered a question we didn't ask. We asked for curvature in real moon landing vids. No one asked about the 24-hour sun. Well, I guess Jaren did. But you know, it's like, it's kind of a dirty trick by Globies to do this though, right? They're like, well, let's take them down to Antarctica and they'll see that the sun does go around. You know, it kind of seems a little bit, you know, CFM and Just Jack got me kicked off the Marriott patio. NDB. Oh, right. Like you didn't get yourself kicked off the patio? Tommy was afraid to smoke in my room at the Marriott, but made us smoke dabs in the flamethrower in the police parking lot. I'm down for every 3 months. That's funny. I wish I'd been able to attend before. I already read that comment. Thank you, Ron Boston Bear. It's flat like a tostada, right? I'm surprised Brian ain't calling this a Mandela effect. 22 was good, but 23 was better. Video Sergeant just put out some guy showing how constellations work on a dome. Yeah. Remember that video with Dr. Zach? He made a video with you in it too, didn't he, Patricia? Thoughts on the drone stories. Okay, we can get to the drone stories later. Sitting by the fire in the ski boot camp, so this is hard on different levels. Oh yeah, because Sheila Skiba just passed too. Dude, it's crazy how many people we've lost. We've lost so many people. It's kind of wild. It's a little unsettling at times. If you think about it too much, it could be a little unsettling. "24-hour sun time lapse might have been recorded 6 months ago in the Arctic." No, dude, listen. I know there's a lot of people. Why are people like rolling over on Austin and Jaren now because they went to Antarctica and they are saying that they saw the 24-hour sun? They're just being honest. We can't be rolling over on our people for being honest. That's the whole freaking point about what this is about. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with people who are going to say they're shills, they're lying, it was pre-recorded, blah, 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 blah. I've known both of them for so long, for many years. I've had Austin in my home many times. I've just known them for so long. I don't believe for a second that they're lying. I don't believe it for a second. There's no way. I trust them. I do trust them. And I don't think that they're lying. And I don't think that there's any deception coming from their end. Okay? You guys need to give our guys some freaking credit for being, you know, the people the people that we think that they are, that we know that they are. Seriously. They put their butts on the line going to Antarctica. They could, dude, that's a very hostile environment. You could die just flying there. The plane could crash and they could all fucking die. You know? God forbid. I mean, I don't want to jinx anything. You know what I mean? But seriously, like, just going to that place is a huge risk. And they both have small children, you know? I don't understand why you guys think that they would do all that and put their lives on the line just to go lie. I just don't see that happening. And I really wish you guys would give these guys some credit for being who they are. Well, Jaron and Austin didn't call it the final experiment. They didn't call it that. That was Duffy's thing. And I'm sure they do that on purpose because they want us to stop talking about it. They want us to stop challenging them, you guys. They would fucking love it if we all just shut up and just said, "Oh, you're right, Earth's a globe." You know, and stopped questioning everything. Of course, they want us to shut up. And so they're going to name it the final experiment because even in Duffy's interviews, we're going to put this to bed. We're going to end the debate. No, you're freaking not. No, you're not. Because there's too much stuff that debunks the globe. The globe is debunked. It's debunked. The Earth is not a globe. I don't know what this place is. I have no idea what this place is. Nobody knows what it looks like from the outside. Nobody knows. People can put in their ideas. Oh, there's 7 domes or this dome or that. Blah, 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 blah. People can make up any idea they want. Nobody fucking knows shit. Nobody knows what this place looks like from the outside. All we know is that the Earth measures flat. There's no motion. Like, we can't detect motion, or there's no experiment that will tell us whether it's us moving or the sky moving, but we don't feel any motion. So what's up with that? No motion could be detected. You know, it's just, I don't know what this place is, but it's freaking magical. Antarctica is not a continent, but a ring of ice surrounding the scientifically flat and stationary Earth. Pay attention to the lack of curvature on the ocean surface. Look at the sun in the sky. That proves the Earth is a globe. Exactly! That's why we have memes of people looking up in the sky and pointing up, and it says, look, son, the Earth's a globe, and they're pointing and looking at the sky, because that's literally the only evidence, the only argument that globers have is what the lights in the sky do. The lights in the sky, if you measure them and do observations and take all your elevation angles and write all your data down, and you go compare it to the globe model, it's going to match. It's going to match. Like, this is not new news. This is not new. Yet you guys were all still flat earthers through all that. Did you guys all forget? That that's like the number one argument for the globe? I mean, it just cracks me up. It can't be said enough. What happens in the sky does not define the shape of what we live on. Exactly. I have an old shipmate in the U.S. CG that was stationed on an icebreaker and went to Antarctica for 6 months to break up ice for shipping lanes. She undoubtedly saw the 24-hour sun numerous times, right? Truth doesn't fear investigation. Exactly. They can't, like, okay, so a lot of people were denying that there would be a 24-hour sun in the Antarctic. Now we know it's there. Great. Check that off the list. Now we know. Mystery solved. You know what's funny to me is, like, they all talk about how far they can see on the ice. Like, they should be doing some long distance observations, right? Like, couldn't they do a long enough distance? Well, I guess I don't know if well, you would have to go out a few miles. So I don't know if they're letting people get that far. That's one thing. But I thought it was interesting how they say, like, they're like, look at this big mountain. It's like 2 miles away, but it looks like you could touch it. Right? Like, that's amazing. How cool is that? I kind of wish I could be there live to see it. They're all trying to prove they were right. Okay, they're all happy. They can, say that proves the globe all they want, but it doesn't. And you know what? Maybe now that we have seen the 24-hour sun and it's been confirmed, maybe now everybody can stop talking about the lights in the sky and we can start focusing on the Earth once again. And can people start, let's start pushing that there is no curvature and there's no motion, because that's really what the big deal is. Water is flat, baby. Maybe now we can talk about how there's no curvature on the Earth. And the map is fine. Hasn't it already been confirmed that wherever that the sun is over solar noon on the AE map, that's where it is in real life? So is that going to change? No. Everyone will call me a shill. Yeah, people already do. Call me a shill, call me a gatekeeper. They call me all kinds of shit. I don't give a fuck. A giant Home Depot on a ball, guys. Oh my god. Humans trying to explain the heavens. I know. They thought it was going to be a slam dunk. That's why they named it TFE. Exactly. They knew it was a 24-hour sun and they wouldn't have spent all the money to go. Yeah. But you know what, though? I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that they did it. And I'm glad that now we know the truth. And there's no debating that now. We can not debate about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. We can stop debating about that, but the Earth is still flat. Right? And still no circling flights to the south going under and coming back north on the other side, right? What is the flight? Does anybody know what the flight path was that the Australian guy took to get to Antarctica or to Chile, to Punta Arenas? Because I'm thinking, I bet you the flights that he took doesn't make sense. Does Duffy talk about the flights on there? On that video that this person was telling me to watch, Bill Duffy's flight video? California thing. On the upward rising Earth, does the rain fall and rise at the same time? Oh my god, I know. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, that's right, because they do... well, where do you see the flight path? It only goes back to Punta Arenas. The brainwashing of a spherical and spinning Earth begins at primary school or even in the cradle. You know what? It's true. My daughter, before she was even in school, okay, she's very bright. My daughter is extremely bright. And I'm not just saying it because I'm her mother. I'm saying it because legitimately she is. She could read and write before she even got into kindergarten, and she did not go to preschool, okay? And before she was even in kindergarten, she was like on the couch going, "Mommy, we live on a globe and blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "What did you say?" Because at this point, I was a flat earther. and it was very early on, and I was like, whoa, I didn't teach you that, because I remember realizing the earth was flat and like looking at my 2 toddler children, very young children, thinking, holy shit, what do I tell them? You know? So, and my daughter was young enough that I just didn't even focus on that. I didn't even talk about that with her, but she just knew it somehow. I don't know how she knew it, but she was like, oh, we live on a globe. And I was like, what? Click the other circle inside the map. This one? Oh, travel. Thank you. So this guy, oh, okay. Did he stop at New Zealand? So he flew from, where's he from? Brisbane to Sydney to Santiago. So he took the Sydney to Santiago trip. Okay. Interesting. How long did that go? Did he document that? I would like to see that. Water flat, sea too far, pressurized system, star trails. It's slam dunk. Yeah, man. Oh, Rockfin, Annie D. I'm inhaling peppermint essence, gotta breathe, and my lungs are sluggish. Oh my goodness. You'll get my attention when someone flies from South America to Africa over Antarctica. Right? They also said a new camp is built every season or every trip. No permanent structures. Yeah. That's right. I remember Jaren talking about that too, that they break up the whole... They take the whole camp down and put it back up every season. If the sun travels west to east as they claim, at what point does it flip back? Well, it's still east to west. Everything still goes east to west. It's not like the sun is going west to east. It's going east to west, but the thing is that they are now in the south, so they're south of the ecliptic. The ecliptic is the path of the sun. So once you go south of the ecliptic, you're now looking north to the sun, whereas us in the northern hemisphere are looking south to the sun. So everything is still east to west. It seems to me that mainstream flat earthers are entirely opposed to Lindsay of Tomb of Illumination modeling the physics of the earth because he doesn't understand it. I feel like people don't remember when he went on Globebusters with Bob and Bob started asking him detailed questions about stuff and he had no idea. If Mark S starts saying memorial again as a joke, watch out. Don't trust Duffy. Yeah, I agree, Annie. I have that gut feeling about that guy that won't go away. Yeah. I mean, you know. Should you make a fresh cup? Don't microwave your coffee. Just make a fresh one. It'll be better. It will taste better. You'll be glad you did. Is there anywhere where that guy talks about that flight? Well, I guess I haven't looked at his stuff recently, so unless he's learned something or he's expanded his knowledge. I know Will Duffy because in his church he is an open theist, which means he believes the future is open. He's a smirky weasel. That's weird. What? Never nuke your coffee. Also, did they see the moon? It was almost at my zenith in the north last night. I wonder how... See, I don't think they can see the moon. Okay, because the moon is over the Tropic of Cancer. It's the most furthest north that it will be in this entire cycle. Like if you There's an article. Let me look at this article that Cammie sent me. I'm going to show you guys about the moon, okay? This talks about what the moon's doing right now. Lunar standstill until 2043. So are you ready for a rare lunar phenomenon that won't happen again for almost 19 years? And this happens to be going on right at this time while they're in Antarctica. This weekend, we'll see the rise of the cold moon, the name for December's full moon. However, the moon will behave dramatically different from usual, with the most northerly moonrise and moonset at full moon until December of 2043, according to timeanddate.com. So, just like when the sun is farthest north or above the Tropic of Cancer or the height of our summertime, and that's when Antarctica is in half dark time, right? The sun is not... There is no light over there. So that's where the moon is now. So the moon is on the path that is too far north to be seen in Antarctica. So they're not seeing a 24-hour moon in Antarctica. I was asking about that. I thought it would be cool if they could say, like, see, like, because theoretically what they would be seeing is the sun here and then the full moon here, and both of them just going around you 180 degrees apart from each other for a couple days during the full moon phase. And I thought that would be really cool to see too, right? But they can't see the moon from where they're at right now. I was wondering why they were seeing light south of where they were in Chile at 53 degrees south. It should have been more to the north when it rises and sets. I don't know. Says God can change this. God can change his. What? They can't see La Luna. Why did Will Duffy make the video saying he was going to be the first to record a 24-hour moon there? I don't know, because he didn't know where the moon was. He was just making assumptions. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't even... When people were asking him questions before this even went down, like, he didn't even... The analemma? Huh? Like, he didn't really know anything about the moon. So he was assuming that he was going to get a 24-hour moonshot without even looking to see what the position of the moon was going to be from Antarctica. God can change his mind. He does not know. The moon can be seen 2 weeks from now in Antarctica? Well, no, actually, it's not going to be seen 2 weeks from now anywhere because it'll be in the new moon phase. So no. Makes sense that the sun is farther away and the full moon is the farthest north, yeah. It's going from right to left. Okay, but when you're right to left is not a cardinal direction, right? Right to left is like where something is from your perspective, right? So from my perspective, this is my right and this is my left, but it's probably different for you, right? So when you're in the south and you're facing north, then the cardinal directions are inverted. And so right now, the east is to the right and the west is to the left. But if I was, you know, south and I was turned around and I was facing the other direction, then it's the opposite. It's going to get someone to record it after they leave. Okay. We'll have to, when they do it, there's not going to be a I don't know. I guess there would still be a 24-hour sun in a little bit in January. So they would have to do it next month. Because he is a belligerent prick, I think he's on the same dole as Dave F. FE models have the best smiles. That's what I thought until I spoke to Diva. The Tropic of Capricorn is way north of her. Yeah, just like the Tropic of Cancer is south of us. The tropics are at the 23.5, aren't they at the 23.5 degree mark? Yeah, it's 23.5 degrees. That's why they say, and then the sun travels between the tropics, so 23.5 equals 47. So that's where you get the 47 degree shift between the north and the south of the moon. So the tropics are at 23.5 degrees. So if you're above 23.5 degrees in the north, you're north of the Tropic of Cancer. And if you're, above 23 degrees south, then you're south of the Tropic of Capricorn. I mean, it's fine. All of it is the same. Diva sees the sun south of her. Who's Diva and where is she? In New Zealand? Is she in like southern New Zealand? Well, that goes back to the Earth, to the sun circling, right? It circles. It's kind of crazy how it will circle around you when you go to the center, and if you go to the outer edge, it will also circle around you. Here, let's watch this video. Have you guys watched this yet? It's interesting. It makes you think.
I will move the camera back in a minute and show, but I have added my superfluid sealing in, and you can see this light way back here on the edge of the superfluid sealing. I'm gonna zoom in on that, and then I'm gonna move the sun clockwise around basically Capricorn, and show you that with the superfluid sealing inside of the dome, the apparent 24-hour sun does happen. There is no merger. You don't see two suns. You'd be too far away. And you, again, because of the superfluid sealing and the dome and the reflectivity and what that causes, everybody only sees one sun no matter where they're at. So there is no such thing as seeing two suns in the sense of how people try to use that as an excuse to why this wouldn't work, because that would happen. That's just not understanding the vastness of the realm and how the sky is presenting the light. It would not happen. It doesn't happen. You're about to see it here. Gonna zoom in. Oh crap, I'm gonna zoom in better than that. So now I'm zoomed all the way in. You see the light moving. And when I move around Capricorn, you see, you get that apparent counterclockwise motion. 24-hour sun. Now, if I could get, once I get the superfluid built better and do the whole dome setup better, I think it's gonna work even better than this. But you can clearly see a 24-hour sun, and right there, so that's west. This is coming back around south. That's east, coming back around north, then west, and back around south. That would be the midnight sun rising in the east, coming around behind the camera in the north, west, south. So you can clearly see it works. And you don't even see the source sun. You only see that apparent sun. And you can clearly see it's going west, back around south, east, north behind the camera, west, furthest point south, east, north, well that's east, north around the back of the camera, west, south, east, north around the back of the camera, west, south, midnight sun, east. It does work in this model, in this setup. So you can clearly see, you see no merger of the sun, and you see how it's going east. This would be north behind the camera, west, south, east, north, west, south, east, north, west, south. Clearly see it. When you're in that zone, that's all you see. It's just that apparent sun. Everybody gets their own apparent sun by the way this toroidal shell with the super reflective Atmos dome setup that we have. So the 24-hour sun does work. Now the cool thing is, this is an apparent position. So see, I'm moving the camera around, and look, you still see it. There it is. So anyway, you can see it's an apparent thing no matter where I move the camera. It's hard to move the camera and do the light and everything all at once. But you can clearly see, no matter where, I'm not moving the light, I'm just moving the camera. It's an apparent position. And that is west, south, east, north behind the camera, west, south, midnight sun, east, north behind the camera. You can clearly see in this system, it works just fine. Now what I'm showing you is the setup itself. So I have my Mimic Superfluid Ceiling, which is just a two-way mirror mounted in the top with magnets. Again, this is not how I think it is exactly, but it's close enough to give us an idea of what's happening. I'm gonna get some more stuff to modify and make this better, especially more toroidal-like, so, and see what all I can learn from that. But you can see I've got the two-way mirror. And then right now I've even got the star field projected in. And what's interesting is you can already see that counter rotation, counter rotation view. And when I do like long exposures of this in the dark, you can't even see the two-way mirror that would represent our superfluid ceiling and our second Gaussian surface that allows for horizontal lines of equipotential voltage, and also aids in the observed celestial phenomena that we see. So I use that two-way mirror mounted in the top. I'd really like to have it much lower. I think it's way too high personally, as far as being closer to scale and what I'm trying to show, but it works just fine. You saw how it accounts for the 24-hour sun and gives you an apparent southern sun no matter where you're at. And if once I'm able to get this to a larger scale and put the camera inside, you're gonna see that from that view, the sun would stay kind of low, moving horizontally around the horizon the whole time it's visible as well. So that's another question to get. Well, how do you explain it staying low on the horizon the whole time? Well, it's just optical. And then you look from the inside, you can see on the inside of the two-way mirror, it's blue, so it kind of represents the sky very well. It also dulls the luminaries in the model a bit because it's just a protective coating, but I kind of like it on there, so I've left it on there. And I'm gonna get a couple more and just do different things, different ways, have one completely without it. But I think it works really well in showing how our sky works. And you can see my moon map model with my superfluid ceiling, the star field projected in the top, and you just saw how I accomplished the 24-hour apparent sun that is apparent to any camera or viewer position across the realm. It does work in the flat earth model. These are all assumptions based on biblical cosmology, and you know, you can keep saying it doesn't work and nobody's showing you that it can work, and you know, that's fine. That's just denial though, because it is being shown how it works, and it's only going to get better and better and more defined with time, because we as flat earthers, biblical cosmologists, whatever people want to identify as in this truther movement, we have the ability to go back to the drawing board and theorize and come up with different ideas and test different things, whereas the globe model doesn't have that freedom. So we're not backtracking, we're just showing you how the 24-hour sun works in our model, and it works perfectly. Hope everybody enjoys this. And I'm gonna do some more, but I was inspired to do this tonight just because I kind of had this set up for a conversation earlier and haven't done it in a while. And I'm gonna be doing some more star trail stuff like this as well. So this is how I create the star trails and how it spreads them out across the north. So like you see, it's all projected up, but when you come over the top, you just get that single star field stretched across the whole realm, which also fits scripture where he says he stretches the north across the empty places. So And I think when we look up, we're looking into the heavens and we're seeing what's going on in the heavens above us, near the throne room or around the throne room or below it, whatever people want to say. But I definitely think we're just watching what's going on in the heavenly realm. So very cool. Should be able to add some more cool star trail videos with this here. I might do it tonight or tomorrow night, but really just wanted to show the 24-hour sun and how when I come in and I focus on that southern part of the zone, you can clearly see that you get that apparent 24-hour counterclockwise sun on that part. And if you look coming back around south,
so some people think it's going the wrong way.
24-hour sun. Now, if I could get, once I get the superfluid built better and do the
if you look at
whole dome setup better, I think it's going to work even better than this. But you can clearly see a 24-hour sun, and right there, so that's west. This is coming back around south. That's east, coming back around north.
Because north is in the center.
And back around south, that would be the midnight.
I think it's a pretty good explanation, and it certainly is a possibility. I think this could be expanded upon. I will say that I do not think that the AE map is done. I don't think it's wrong. Oh, there was one thing I wanted to show. I'm gonna have to get off of here, you guys, early because my daughter just called me from her school and she's not feeling well and I need to go pick her up. But in that one video, Duffy says that on the Gleason's map that it says that there's no sun 80 degrees south. It doesn't say that. It says there's no, quote, sunlight beyond 80 degrees south. So they were not beyond 80 degrees south. So I don't know. I don't think the AE map is done. I think it just needs an amendment. And we'll have to do that. I'm sorry, you guys, that I have to cut my stream short. I know people need FE reassurance right now, but listen, I have a daughter and I need to go pick her up. My babies come first. I love you guys. I'm so sorry. Maybe we can talk about it later. I don't know. I'm sorry, you guys. I have to go get my little girl. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for being here. Listen, this is not the end of Flat Earth. This is going to breathe new life. You guys don't get it. This is breathing new life into what has become a mundane subject, right? Like for me, this is like the most exciting thing. Now we have something to talk about that isn't somebody's made up bullshit. I mean, come on. This is reality. We get to look at and learn about and examine reality, and I'm stoked. I can't wait to see what they bring back. I can't wait to see their footage. I can't wait to see what the drone shows. Like, to me, this is good shit. This is good shit. So don't worry. Earth is still flat. The globies are going to gloat and maybe they'll pack up and go. Maybe they'll stop arguing with us then, because they're never going to be able to prove that the Earth is curved. They're never going to be able to show that the Earth has curvature or that it has motion. Never, never, never. Anyway, you guys, take it easy. All right? Much love. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations. And I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com.